Hello guys, I hope you are all doing well. Welcome to a new video where today I'm bringing you the Aries Full Moon, which is happening on the 9th of October 2022. And it could be happening on the 10th as well, wherever you are as well. But in London, it's happening on the 9th. So, Aries Full Moon, some of the energies that I am picking up with this Aries Full Moon, because a combination and an ending of what happened in all the way in spring, okay, and that was March and April of 2022. And as you guys know, April was a crazy month. There was a lot of new beginnings of a new conjunction, which was in Neptune and Jupiter, because you guys know that this decade is a beginning of new conjunctions which are happening now. It's beginning of new cycles that are happening. This decade is very important for it. So during that time, when we had the Aries new moon, a lot of us made huge, I put in sacrifices, but also some new blessings to what we wanted to do for the next year until next year when we have an Aries new moon. So this new moon is a time to look back on how far we've come. With every moon, full moon, is about looking back on how far we've come. And this new moon is no different. Themes that we could be feeling is being around groups, organizations, people, a lot of socializing, okay, which is always good, guys, socializing with people. Moon is about the people, like us normal people. So we can probably see a lot more of people getting together, doing some, working together for a human cause, for the better good of mankind, which is, again, not my other favorite word. We could be seeing some of that happening. Also emoting our feelings. And we can't talk about Aries without speaking about Libra. Whenever these two signs, because they're both cardinal, because they change the arena of what's to come during the seasons, when these two come together, you have Aries, which is like very go-getting, very fiery, very out there. Then you've got Libra, which is about balance, harmony, relationships, creativity. They're both creative anyway, but they balance each other out. If Librans feel that they can't speak their truth, then you have Aries. And if Aries wants to be a bit more harmonizing, be a bit more actually listening, then you have that Libra side. Sometimes you do find when Librans, if they are in a relationship, Libra and Aries, it does tend to last pretty well because they're both go-getting in their own way. They just go about things very differently. So with the sun being in Libra, we can find that, we have opposing emotions, opposing thoughts, but we really want to really get ourselves out there. It does have some energy with Venus. It does oppose Venus. And this can make us, again, feel very go-getting, but we can be very confused. There can be a struggling of trying to find balance in how we're communicating, speaking our truth, even emoting our truth. We have Saturn. Saturn being in Aquarius actually really goes well. The communication is very stable, quite stern, but it also gives emotional stability because we can feel quite volatile. Anytime there's like a fire new moon, it can be quite volatile, and this Aries full moon is going to be no different because the energy is of us presenting our emotions out there, not staying inside. So what Saturn will bring will be, okay, let's just think about before we act. Let's just if you're gonna say, think about it, sort of like be logical as well, and then speak your truth. which is always a good thing, because, you know, with Aries full moons, you need that sort of, you know, there's nothing wrong with going for what you want, but you also need to think as well. This also can bring a bit of like stability in a Uranus Saturn way. You know, anything we want to do, especially when we're doing our rituals, it will definitely be for the long term as well. Remember, Aquarius is Saturn, but it's also Uranus. So even though things are for the long term, know that there can be changes as well. And, you know, change is always good. We've always said that. So, but also it can make us feel we can also feel very stubborn. We could also feel that, no, this is my way and that's how it's going to be. And if you're not going to follow me, that's it. You can just go and I'll just do my own thing. But also it's like, okay, this is what I want to start. Let me go over old ground before I actually do it. Okay, so that's like one of the main energies for this this full moon, which is in Aries. I think on an emotional level, I do feel that things will definitely start to come out now. I forgot to say that with this card, the card that we have is I was going to say Justice card. We are working with the Justice card, but we are also working with the Emperor, which is Aries card. And it is about a father figure. It's also about taking control, not making no one take the mick with you. It's about leader. It's also about the warrior. This card is also a little bit about stability as well. It's also showing that during this time, especially with this new moon, this full moon in Aries, that, you know, more or less go for what you want and don't wait. You know, I don't say don't wait. I mean, don't wait in something or someone is holding you back. If you're, you know, full moons are about getting rid of the dead wood. And with it being in Aries, we may want to do things very quickly. So it's all about thinking about what you want to ease out of your life, being sure, then getting rid of it and moving forward. But also we can be, you know, even with the Emperor card, even though it is of stability in a way, it is, you know, it's about how we use our power in a way, because a lot of us are going to be coming into our power, feeling very powerful. How you project it and how you use it, it's about using it wisely, because there can be a level of excitement in having a certain amount of power, and then you can just really run away with it. Like, for instance, if you've come into something, you've inherited something and you've been waiting for a long time to have it and you finally got it, and it's just like, okay, I can do this, I can do that, you know, I can tell this person this, I can take this away from someone. It feels like, okay, so if that happens now, when the Aries new moon comes up, this may be gone because it's of new beginnings. So during this new moon, full moon, we can get gains, we can make strides, but we're also going to be eliminating. And it's about eliminating the shadow side of Aries as well, and being like a baby, being petulant, being, you know, power mad, power hungry, and also being selfish, because we can also feel with this full moon that some of these energies can definitely come up too. So that is one of the other messages from the Emperor card. You know, it's such a strong, powerful card to have. It's also making us know that, you know, we can move forward with what we want to do, but also we do have to think as well. When it comes to the other cards that I've picked out, I have 2 major arcana and 1 minor arcana. So the first major arcana is the Hangman. Wow, it seems like that there's going to be some changes that's going to be happening, especially in the tarot. I'm going to say tarot community, but in the tarot sense, there's going to be some changes that happen. And the Hangman is actually a Neptune card. It's about, we can very much be stuck in the now, and also the past. There can also be some confusion, but this card is about transforming, but we may need that time to have to ourselves, to regroup. You know, this card is also about sacrifice. So if you are going to sacrifice yourself for something, know that it's actually worth it, and not just doing it because you want to please people, not just doing it because it will make you feel better. Get into your emotions. Okay, we can also find lots of inspirations as well. We can also find a lot of knowledge. Having that time alone, guys, during this full moon will bring us a sense of knowledge, in a way a sense of groundedness, but also a sense of seeing things. Because even with the Hangman, it is a psychic card, it's Neptune, but we can also see things and they may not be truthful, they may not be real. So we also have to be very mindful of shooting from the hip, not thinking before we act, doing things because it will benefit others and not ourselves. And also know that our perspective and our mindset can definitely change, especially if like we see the truth of things, because we can gain a lot of new opportunities and new responsibilities. Another card we have, which is another water card, is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is a Cancer card. And this card is about intuition. It's also about the unseen. It's a very mysterious card. It's also fertility. And fertility is not just, yes, it is, you know, baby, but it's also about, you know, what we're growing through, how we're feeling through our womb. So I feel a lot of us definitely, you know, because, you know, with any moons, I personally feel with any moons, full moon, new moons, there's things that are not seen that will come to the surface. And again, some of us may feel quite shocked about what's happening or what's going on or what's coming out. But some of us may feel that there's some stuff that is actually bubbling. And some of you may not be very surprised about it, especially on a worldly, personal level. Some of you actually may be. Emotionally, we can feel very highly strung, okay? So how we control it is going to be another thing. So this High Priestess card is showing us that there's going to be an element of us that will need to be controlled of what's coming out and what we're seeing and what we are actually believing. And again, there's nothing wrong with hiding your feelings, but also we have to find, again, balance of showing feelings, but also knowing when to control them. Because that's what this card about. It's also a moon card as well. So intuition and emotions can feel very together, and we may not know some of us may not know what needs to be pushed out more. So again, my feeling is listen to your intuition. You know, listen to like what's going on in matters of the heart. Our relationships, especially business or personal, is going to be playing a significant role during this full moon. And you know, there is also a need for us to seek deeper meanings as well. I'm picking up with this card that it's great to be grounding yourself spiritually with, again, I'm going to talk about essential oils later, but with some essential oils, but also with, I was thinking of moon baths, Epsom salt baths, dipping your feet in water, because we can feel emotionally volatile. I think I've said that before, but we can feel, even if we feel, and volatile is like, it can come out as aggressive, but it actually can be tears as well. So we may need to have that time to understand how we are emoting, understanding what we are getting rid of and what we are keeping as well. So with this card, I know I've gone on this card for a long time, but I actually do love this card. It is offering us like new beginnings. Okay, even though full moons are, but it is actually offering us new beginnings, and new beginnings, also completions, but also a fresh start. And yeah, I feel we're going to feel this very deeply. The last card that we have is the Three of Wands. Now, this card is actually quite pivotal as well, because it is a fire card anyway. And it's showing, you really go for what you want. Really, go for what you want. Go for what you need to do. Because we can be starting things during this Aries full moon, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. But emotionally, we can feel really fresh, really rejuvenated. But we also have to, again, like I said before, step back a bit. Okay, because we can push too hard, too fast. We can say the wrong thing without thinking. We can start something without thinking. We can just do, a lot of action. We can just do without thinking. And that's when we're needing to be going back to the opposites of Libra, which is be about balance and harmonizing. So the Three of Wands is going to be one of our major guides into, especially when it comes to self-expression, how we express ourselves, how we project ourselves as well. The last card that I have is because it's on the 9th, I have what's it called? Here it is. Just picking out the card again, trying to find it. It is the Hermit card. How can I forget that? The Hermit card. We are, we've just more or less moved away from the Hermit season. So yes, the Hermit card is alive and kicking for this full moon, because it's a number 9, and it is to do with, it's a Mercury card, so it's about, we can be getting a lot of downloads, a lot of information that could be coming to us. I am seeing a lot more of us being very active on social media. I am seeing a lot more of us communicating facts, figures, getting together, fighting for a cause. And it doesn't have to be, it can be any cause, guys. It doesn't have to be a specific one. Just getting together and fighting for a cause. But also we're going to be needing that time alone, because we are moving into Pluto in Aquarius, which is about, power to the people. But it is also about all of us coming together to regroup. Coming together to, again, fight for a cause. But also we're needing to regroup. And that's what the Hermit card essentially, I feel, is saying to us. Is that it's really great for us to really, come together, but also regrouping. This card is also to do with the health of our bodies, the mental health as well, because we can get really caught up in outside things. We can get caught up in things that really don't concern us. So we do have to take care of our mental health. And because Aries rules the body, I feel that during this full moon, which is going to be activated for a while, and some of us are going to be feeling it harshly more than others, especially if you are Cancer, Aries, Libra, and Capricorn. You're going to be really feeling this. Regrouping is going to be one of the best things that we can do, and taking care of our bodies, taking care of, because again, emotions, remember, moons are about emotions. Our emotions can be very high now, because of what we're going to be discovering, what we're going to learn, what we're going to be taking in, because we're going to be taking a lot in, what we're going to be emoting out. It can also be very much a fiery time. So how to deal with that energy that we're going to be having by working out. It doesn't have to be running, or it can be something less physical. It could be yoga. It could be, walking meditation. It could be just walking. It could be like dancing, so burning off that excess energy that we're all going to be feeling during this full moon, again, is going to be one of the greatest things that we can do. When it comes to essential oils, especially for full moons, I personally, again, look at your, contact your health practitioner before you even start using any essential oils. But essential oils that I'm going to be personally using, which I have been using for a long time, again is lavender. You know lavender, which is really great. I'm using cedarwood as well, vetiver, and also frankincense. This is great if you are, because I don't know about you guys, but under full moons, I can find it very hard to sleep at times. Maybe because I'm, you know, I've got water in my chart. But to sleep, I love sleeping, especially when I have a great sleep. So these are the ones that I like to help me to, you know, prepare my body to sleep. I also like reading as well. Some of you may find that some of you may even want to work out before you know, to help relax. But yeah, these are like the oils that I really love to use to, you know, and also not only are these oils, especially cedarwood, very grounding, they also help you to not feel quite anxious, because we can also feel quite anxious. Frankincense is really great. It's the king, the OG of essential oils when it comes to, you know, meditation. It's also, again, grounding. But frankincense is not one of those oils you really want to mess with. You know, it's like, for me, it's like you can use it for so many things. It's really such a beauty oil as well. But it's great for your skin as well. But it's also, like, I personally like using it during like a meditation. It does help you ground. It helps you can actually feel quite serene as well while using frankincense. So yeah, so those are the oils that I personally like to use. Obviously, you know, if you are using essential oils, you know, you can mix and match. You can also use citrus oils like lemon, tangerine as well, which is really great, because some of us may feel very sleepy. So we need to boost our energy. Even lime, these are really good too. And yeah, these are the oils that I use, especially in the morning. Citrus oils are really good. And yeah, again, it's all about finding balance, because we can feel there's a lot that definitely could be coming out during this full moon in Aries. So that's my take on this Aries full moon. And let's get to the tarot, shall we? So Aries, this is in your house, your sign. You are ready, you are revved up to go. It's go time. The next time this full moon is in your sign, Saturn's going to be in your 12th house. So you may not feel as energized as you used to be, because it's going to be there for like nearly 3.5 years. So you're going, you know, in terms of you being your go-getting self, that energy is still going to be there regardless. But energy-wise, it's not going to be as impactful. So I'm picking up, use this energy wisely, you know, but I'm also picking up, go for it. Do what you need to do. There are going to be things that you need to get out there, things that need to be said and done in terms of your physical body, in terms of your work, in terms of your relationships, because, you know, you've got the sun that is in your 7th house. So you are wanting to dissolve a lot and hopefully bring in the new. And, you know, you want it smooth, plain smoothing. Even in terms of like your career and your goals, these will definitely change. So don't be surprised, Aries, if you are actually moving past old goals and old dreams and wanting to align yourself with different people or different places or a different career. Bit of a life-changing full moon, I'll say, for a lot of you Aries, and so it should. You know, your career is definitely, yeah, your career is high, but so is your relationships. It's not just personal, it is business as well. There are contracts that you may be signing. There's things that you also need to read thoroughly instead of just rushing through it, because it can also feel very much an exciting time. So take your time, Aries. There are going to be lots of physical changes. I feel that a lot of you are going to be doing. And it also does feel very much an exciting time as well. But on the other hand, I do see some of you just needing that space to see what needs gone and what needs to stay. And whenever you are changing something in your life, it is a time to not rush it. And you're quite an impulsive sign anyway, so your first instinct is to rush. But you know, if it's something really important, if it's something that's going to be impacting you in a great way, which I'm sure it will with this full moon, you're going to have to take your time. So the card that you have is the Ace of Swords. So again, it's about go time. There's going to be a lot that you're going to be doing and saying. I'm picking up rallying the troops. So you, Aries, could be definitely being around different people. And I'm picking up like discussions, talking to people, you know, let's make this work, let's do this, let's not hold back. You know, the moon is ruled by the people. So I feel that you guys, you could be joining groups, humanitarianism, it could be protests, it could be, you know, just doing something that is aligning with what you're about. So the Ace of Swords is a great time. The Ace of Swords is also a card that is emoting new thoughts, you know, eureka moments. So because it's a busy time for a lot of you, writing, I feel blogging, because you're going to be very inspired. So doing all of that just to get things out of there, but also doing something physical for your body as well. Again, take it slow. The Ace of Swords is such a lovely card for a lot of you Aries, because mentally, there's my favorite word, I've got a lot of favorite words, but mentally there's a lot going to be going on. So you're going to be needing like an outlet this month. So again, doing something physical for your body, whether it's walking, whether it's walking on the treadmill, running on the treadmill, doing some weight works, this will really help. And also it will help with the whole endorphins, and it actually will help you think more clearly as well. Okay, so happy full moon to you, Aries. Taurus, a very important full moon, which is in your 12th house, a house of relaxation, sleep, releasing dreams, the unseen as well, unseen in many forms, especially with not seeing things that may come to light, but you won't be seeing it yet. It's also a house of, you know, hidden enemies, and this could be within us or within yourself, and also addictions. And so you Tauruses could be, I'm picking up, you could be sort of like addicted to like something that, you know, you want to come out, but you're gonna, in order for things to come out for you, you're gonna have to really try and relax. And some of you might be thinking, no, yeah, this is the time to really relax and smell the roses in a subtle way. Again, whenever the 12th house is activated, your dreams are very, very pivotal, okay? And you know, the 12th house for you, Taurus, is really going to be important because we have an eclipse that's going to be next month in November in your sign. And it's, you know, it's like you're really, really preparing yourself. You're really prepping yourself. You're really, because, you know, eclipses can be extremely life-changing, especially with you and Scorpio. So anything that needs to be done, it's going to, some things I feel you're going to feel is just really going to have to wait, because you won't be able to spread your energy so thin, and nor should you. So take your time this month, Taurus. There's a lot that you will get. There were some things that you will get done, but there's not a lot that you will get done. And miraculously, you might find you get a lot more done in your dreams, because your dreams can be showing you, guiding you, telling you. It could be telling you a story. It can also be helping relaxing you. So really take your time, Taurus. And I feel that you can find during this time that you can really, the more you slow down, there's things that you can restruct in your life, like setting up a routine. You also, because this is the house that's going to be releasing, you also can see that there are things that, you may be very overwhelmed, and then you can find that actually I don't really need this, I don't really need that, I can do with less. And I feel that you can. I feel once you restructure your whole routines in some shape or form, you're going to find that you just took on too much, and now it's that time to just do the bare minimum in a way before you are going to be highlighted with these eclipses. So once again, Taurus, take your time. And the card message you have is from the Page of Cups. So really getting in touch with your emotions, getting in touch with things that like in your environment as well. You're going to be feeling very sensitive this month, Taurus. And I'm picking up, it is because of the eclipses that are happening in Scorpio, and also is going to be in your sign. So very much a psychic time. Listen also to what is not being said. Listen, really, I feel that you should, it's time to really protect your aura. Chakra work will really help you. It will really help cleanse your energy. And wherever you are, I think if you are doing like the whole spiritual work, you can find that you won't be attracting so much chaos. You will be, there'll be certain people that will come into your life that are much more calm, and that maybe because you are projecting like a calmer aura, like a calm, very much a calmer aura. So again, take your time. If there's anything that needs to be shed, especially emotionally, especially the Page of Cups is saying, anything that needs to be shed, don't be afraid to shed it, because it's really that time. And yeah, I feel that you're going to actually see a lot this month, Taurus, more than you know. So take your time, rest, and yeah, enjoy that, that shadow time before it goes into your first house. Hi, Gemini. So this full moon is in your 11th house, where your goals and dreams are going to be set alight. There's going to be things that are going to stay. There's going to be things that are going to be released. You're going to be learning a hell of a lot during this full moon. I feel that some of you will be, making new friends or gaining new friendships with people that are completely different to you. And some of these people may stay in your life, and some of these people may go. And that also goes with any organization you affiliate with. If you're looking to be inspired in any way, now is really the time to be associating yourself and gaining inspiration. It definitely will feel like for the long term. Again, there's a lot of excitement in the year. And, with Jupiter opposition, there can be you distancing yourself a lot from things that no longer serve you, things that you no longer believe in. And also I feel for you that, anything you're going to be learning and gaining and throughout this whole time is going to be beneficial, and it could also be beneficial to your career, because your career is definitely highlighted as well. So very positive time for a lot of you Geminis. Again, a bit like Aries, try not to rush into anything that you're going to be starting new. And also, if anything you're going to be dissolving, try not to rush too, because you can move very quickly with this energy. And the card that you have is the King of Pentacles, which is a lovely card. It's a business card. It's an earth card. And this card is showing a lot of you this, during this time that, whatever you are investing in, whatever your wishes are, whatever your aims are, it's going to be very, you know, it really does depend on you, Gemini, but it does feel that if you take your time and do things properly in your own way, you're gonna get like lots of tangible results. So, you know, but also trusting your instincts as well. You also could find that you get someone that is going to be helping you this month, and the person may be an earth sign, so look out for that. Opportunities are rising for a lot of you Geminis. So yes, and also this card's about working on your skills. So you may gain some new skills this month, or be looking to enhance your skills in some way. So if you're even thinking of doing it, Gemini, just dip your toe into it, because again, this will really help. And you'll see next year when we have a, you know, new moon in Aries or full moon, how far you've come, what you've gained. Even though this full moon is about releasing, it's also about new beginnings. So I feel that a lot of you will be finding lots of new beginnings as well as endings as well, but more tangible, more creative. Yeah, some creative, but just very much tangible. About lining with people who you know, but also you're going to be learning a lot as well. And some of you could also find that you'll be learning from different sources. It's not just going to be from the one, but it's about you choosing the best one for long-term success. Hello, Cancer. So this full moon is in your career zone. So Cancers, are you thinking of changing your career? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are there changes that are happening that you are not in control of? These are the questions that are coming up. Whenever you got Jupiter also, that's in your 10th house. So this is going to be activating it. Your mind, are you going to be expanding? There could be an expansion in your career, or there could be some things that you're not happy with. So you'll see, okay, this is what I need. This is what needs to stay, what needs to go. Some of you may be getting a promotion, demotion, you know, and it all might just be on you. But you know you are shining, you are being seen. So because Cancers, a lot of you may be making some changes towards your career and your goals. You know, you could find that you may get a bit anxious as well. This is the time to be working through your fears. Because fears could be many things. It could be you thinking you're not good at your job. You may be fearing that the changes might not be good. Or if you are being promoted, gaining more money, you may be fearing that, you know, oh, if I make a mistake, this could happen, or I can get sacked. Or so it's to do with working through your fears as well, and any traumas that could be coming up to do with like your career. This is great to be communicating with your partner as well. But if it's actually a good thing for a lot of you Cancers if you are getting something great when it comes to your career, because greatness means more tangible results, you know, more money for you. So some of these fears could be like imaginary, you know, and also you can find that, you know, because I do feel some of you may get a bit more responsibility, and with responsibility does come more money, and it does become more, and it can be more stressful. So I feel also that it's great to be doing some spiritual work as well, just to help release. I come to chakra cleansing, meditation as well, just to help ground you, because, you know, with your status house being activated, it can also bring up just craziness, and it could be very much imaginary. I feel that, you know, really communicating with your partner will really help at this time. And the card that you got is the Queen of Swords, and Queen of Swords is about, you know, really going there, taking that risk, no bullshit, just going through it. Also, if any of you Cancers are finding that, you know, things may be too much, maybe a boss which is demanding too much from you. Maybe a Queen of Swords boss that could be demanding too much of you. You'll very much nip it in the bud. If you speak up and say what you think and say how you feel, because we are dissolving and you are ruled by the moon. And with you being ruled by the moon, you're going to be picking up certain different types of energy. So the Queen of Swords is guiding you to speak up and open up. And if there are changes that come during this time, you know, just find a way to make it work for you, you know, and dissolve what needs to be dissolved. If you are changing anything as well, you may be doing it very quickly, and it may shock you as well. So very much, and also because it's a cardinal house and you are Cancer, you're really going to be feeling this. So you're sort of like going to be the star of the show. But yeah, make this work, Cancer. Leo, this is in your 9th house, okay? And you got the Saturn sextile in your 7th. So Leos, a time of learning, a definite time of learning, higher learning. I'm seeing some of you Leos having a lot on the go. And I'm seeing some of you Leos, you know, working through what you need to work through, but also dissolving certain projects, certain learning skills, or leaving or even starting like a new type of course, but also leaving a course. Some of you could also be wanting something a lot more higher, i.e. as in a professor or a mentor. In some shape or form, you could be actually teaching people. You could be teaching a new language, teaching a new course. It could be something to do with like the law. It could, some of you may be doing writing, and it now is a time that it will be published. But it would be great if some of you, because again, sometimes Leos, 2 heads are better than 1. So you could be doing it in a partnership. It could be with a friend, a colleague. It could also be you, you know, you could be gaining like a contract that needs to really be signed. So because you're a creative sign, if you are doing anything creative, i.e. writing, it's best to get like someone that is like a lawyer, or someone that understands like contracts and that, because it can be very much a fruitful time for a lot of you. So really go for it. Again, I feel a lot of you may need to also communicate more within your relationship, because it may be calling you more, like, let's spend time together. And you might be like, yeah, I'm going to be spending time, but I also got to be doing this. I'm seeing a lot of paperwork. I'm seeing a lot of opportunities. I feel that things will definitely be presented to you. But again, Leos, because a lot of things I feel will be presented to you, certain things need to be eased out. Communication is definitely key. Communication is really your friend. And the card that you have is a 6 of Swords. So you are moving away from an old type of belief, an old type of learning. You are moving away from it, and you are now either wishing for something more or actually bringing in something more. If there's any stress or drama in your relationship, you also be nipping that in the bud as well. Some of you Leos could be moving away from a relationship because it could be hindering your learning progress in some way. So this new moon is bringing like a brand new beginning for the long term. For all the signs, it can be for the long term. But I also see with a lot of Leos that, you know, if you're aligning yourself with certain people, their belief systems you may not be aligning with now. So you may be looking for other avenues, other bridges to cross, should I say. And the 6 of Swords is going to definitely be your guide for it. And I don't feel a lot of you will be looking back in any way. It's just like, let's move forward, let's do this now. And, you know, because remember, you're ruled by the heart, so your happiness is everything as well. Also, I see some of you Leos that there may be some hidden things that you may be thinking of. It could be hidden fears, but it also could be hidden, I wouldn't say traumas, but just like things that may be on your subconscious that you may have to bring out as well. So once again, I feel that if you're in a long-term relationship that will really help you just to be opening up more. And if you feel stuck in any way, just speaking to like your partner, you know, because you know, if some of you Leos are in a long-term relationship, there may be a bit more of a commitment that happens, but then you there's things that you want to do as well that's going to be boosting your esteem. So I do think that, you know, committing but also opening up more, but removing yourself from anything that is not making you happy too. Virgo, this full moon in Aries is in your 8th house. This is a house of debts, loans, inheritances, deep traumas, things to do on a sexual basis as well. So this is the time to be restructuring your finances, getting together with your partner, banging your heads together and sorting out anything that needs to be paid off, sorting out anything that needs to be, especially if it's to do with inheritance as well. You could be talking a lot more to lawyers or like things to do in your family as well, if there's papers to be signed. I feel a lot of you are going to be really restructuring. With Saturn also sextiling this, you know, it's about your routines, your daily routines. So things can get, you could feel quite overwhelmed during this full moon. You may want things to be dissolved very quickly and moving quickly, but there's always like a little niggle, and you'll be feeling this now. Your health, taking care of your health is of great importance. You know, you're ruled by the 6th house, so it's going to be activated. So it can feel very much an intense time. There could be old bills that need to be paid off, or there could be things to do with like a mortgage, or people that owe you money or you owe money, which can really play havoc with your mental health. So, you know, sticking to like a workout regime, sticking to a fitness, continue to eat right, having that downtime, releasing what needs to be released, because you will find that, you know, if you were, I also think that if you, if some of you Virgos are known to be making notes, continue to do it, because you can just tick them off, and working with your partner as well to tick it off too. There could also be changes in with banks as well. You may find that there's things, you may find that things are not really working out on the financial front when it comes to your, with people that are looking after your money, for instance, or you could be changing lawyers as well. But in all, you are restructuring your finances, especially with your partner. So the card you got is a Chariot card, is definitely of determination. So it's a time of being determined to get to the bottom of things that need to be sorted out. Any fears as well, getting to the bottom of it, i.e., like I said before, really continue to work, continue to, you know, keep healthy, because, you know, you may find during this time, and also this is a Cancer card. This is like the higher octave of Cancer, I'll say. And this can bring up worries. But this card is just saying anything that's going to be coming up during this full moon, you will overcome it. Try not to determine the outcome, because things will work out the way that it should. Staying close to, you know, family and your partner and close friends, as long as you're remaining open to changes that will come as well. And also, don't be afraid, if you're owed money, don't be afraid to ask for it, Virgo. Don't think, oh, it's going to work out. Really, you know, speak up, you know, because some people may feel that you're a bit of a pushover, and you're not. You're very strong, especially mentally. So, yeah, so the card is just showing you that, you know, things will actually work out for you, as long as you, like, stay on course, as long as you remain true to your, you know, intuition. And also, if any, like, fears or worries that come up as well, you can definitely work for it. But I feel that working with it will be definitely to do in your partnership too. Libra, this is in your 7th house. And you know, you've got the sun, which is in your 7th house. So again, there's going to be some relationship issues that can be coming up. There could be a commitment, a dissolvement. This is also to do with partnerships, business and personal. Some of you guys may align yourself with certain, I feel that, yeah, some of you may be doing more, what's the word, aligning yourself, but also networking, because there are things that are going to be changing within you, but also within your like relationships in general. This is the time to be having fun as well, because things may become very serious. So try to have fun, because you know you've got the sextile to your 5th house, and your 5th house is to do with fun. It's also to do with creativity. It's also to do with children. The subject of children could be coming up a lot with a lot of you Librans. Some of you may have, there could be a birth of a new baby, or a new, or you're even thinking of birthing like a new project, or even thinking about children. It could be your own children as well. So, and then some of you, if you are like estranged in any way with its relationship or your children, things can actually come together now. Again, you're just going to have to be honest and open, Libra, and trying to find that balance, trying to find that remaining balance, and scheduling, going to restaurants, scheduling, having fun, scheduling, dressing up, scheduling, you know, doing something creative, because some of you may have left that at the back burner. Some of you may be waiting for your partner to say, yes, let's do this, and you could be waiting for a very long time. So I feel some of you may need to take the bull by the horns and just go for it. Go for what you actually love and like. 5th has to do with like gambling. So, you know, again, if you got the money, you may just want to be splashing out. Splash out wisely, okay? The subject also comes of, you know, because you're ruled by the 7th house anyway, the subject of contracts could be coming up as well. During the retrograde, you could have been waiting for something to be signed, but it can now be signed. But you also still have to be mindful, because 7th house is also do with open enemies. So really be mindful, Libras, but also scheduling, again, appointments, or scheduling, having fun. And if you've got kids as well, that relationship could definitely change. I feel that there's going to be a bit of more openness. The card you have is Judgment. And the Judgment is like a bit of a spiritual awakening. So there's anything that's dark will come to light. So if you find yourself being very busy under this full moon, there may be a time that it's going to be of serious conversations that's going to be had. And also of commitment. You know, it might be that time that some of you may want to commit, or your partner may be talking to you about committing. But again, a lot of these things will be for the long term. The Judgment card is actually a Scorpio card, but it's also of things that are quite shaky now come to the forefront. And I feel that it's also going to be in a good way for a lot of you Librans, okay? And be open. Try to be as open as you can. Because there's things that are going to, this card is saying that there's things that are going to be changing in your life under this full moon. So yes, be open. And whenever I see Judgment card, I feel like there's a bit of a judgment quality. So you guys may be, this could also come up. There may be a lot of judging coming up. So try to remain as neutral as you can if your partner wants to discuss anything, or your children, or you may be actually judging yourself, like you may not think you're good enough for, you know, doing like a creative project, or, you know, I do feel that under this full moon, it's great to be doing something very fun, something, dusting off something that you've left at the back burner and just bringing it out there. Remember, this full moon's about things that are going to be coming up, okay? Scorpio, this full moon is in your house of health, wellness, fitness, routines, your job, how you're working. Pivotal, big time that's going to be happening. Because you've got this eclipse that's coming this month as well, I feel that, you know, it's going to be that time to get yourself sorted. Okay, whether it's on a general scale, you're really going to get yourself sorted, especially Saturn sextiling this as well. You know, home life is going to be playing a huge part, a big major part for you. So sorting out things within the home, it could be lots of dusting, cleaning, cooking. You could be revitalizing your, you know, even like when it comes to like your family. This is going to be like a brand new beginning, to be sorting out any trials, tribulations, any traumas, but also sorting out your general routines, especially when it comes to health, especially when it comes to mental, physical, emotional. I'm also picking up for some of you is that this full moon is going to really kick you up the arse, because if you've been pretending that you have been healthy, if you're pretending that you've been you know, getting all the stuff done, it's gonna be shining that light on. It's gonna be showing you what actually needs to be done. And even when an eclipse goes into like your first house, this is gonna be shining a light on your physical body. So you can find that you're going to be, you know, detoxing all like the unhealthy stuff, but also detoxing things from your mind, detoxing things from your home. If you're one of those hoarder Scorpios that hoards things, it's time to let them go. It's time to, I don't know, sell them. You guys could be thinking of wanting to be moving closer to your home as well. Subject of like paperwork, as in doing that whole, what's the word I'm picking up? I know we're in Mercury retrograde while I'm recording this, but you know, leases, this could also be coming up as well. You could be renting out, or you could be buying and selling, all of that. So getting yourself organized is going to be the key for you, especially when the eclipse goes into your first house. And really re-prepping, scheduling, getting like your work done at work. You know, if there's any paperwork that needs to be filed, it's the time to do it. Asking for help as well. Don't be so stubborn, Scorpio. Nothing wrong with being stubborn, but you know, two heads are really better than one. I feel that you're going to be seeing this. The card that you have is the Seven of Cups, which actually, even though it's a nice card, it's also a card that can be quite shady. It can also make you see that there can be some confusion along the way. I feel like there's going to be a lot of confusion, because things can actually be piled up, and you know, it's a case of, I've done this already, I've done that already, or I've scheduled this and I've scheduled that, and it's going to be, oh, do you know what I mean? Also, like, you know, if you may have booked like a plumber to come to your home, or you may have wanted to see like a new home, or things definitely to do with making things in order. There can be a lot of confusion. So it's about breaking things down, doing one by one. What will really help you if you don't do it, I feel, is that, you know, if you're going to do like a workout, any like workout, a healthy eating, it's best to do it in the morning. So you're just going to have a bit of more of a clearer head to get what needs to be sorted out during the day. You'll also find that you're a bit more in control as well, instead of like doing it at nighttime. I say nighttime because Scorpions remind me of like, they're just nights. They're not really daytime people, they're just night people. So anything that needs to be done, especially healthy, working out, eating, anything like that, Scorpio, is better done in the morning, because I'm telling you, you'll have more of a clearer head, and there'll be more of a confusion. Again, when it says opportunities can come to you, opportunities, I feel, is more like things that you haven't done. Especially the Seven of Cups cards come in as well. Emotionally, you could feel a little bit in control, but also a little bit out of control as well. So I feel that morning is your friend. Scheduling things during and after, it will help you to just do things that need to be done throughout the whole day. So very much a busy month for you. Sagittarius, this is in your 5th house. Lovely, lovely house. And again, this is a time where Sagittarians are going to be going out, making friends, having fun. If you're in a committed to relationship, having fun in your a little bit like Libra, just a little bit. Also, you got the sextile to Saturn in your third house. This is how you communicate. So, you can find yourself very out there, very excited, and why not? And why not? I don't feel any confusion with you guys. I just feel that, you guys could be committed. It's like whatever you say can actually happen. So be mindful of what you say. For instance, I might want 4 kids. Next thing you know, these things can definitely happen. But it's a very fun time. Whenever fire signs are activated, you guys feel it. This is great for you guys to be up in your game when it comes to working out, fitness, dressing up as well, going out with your partner, or if you're dating, you could be like the star of the show. People may want to align themselves more with you, which is always good. I feel a lot of you are going to be definitely communicating a lot more. Some of you Sagittarians could be very serious in how you communicate. You could be talking about, I feel that if you are looking for someone, they have to definitely be on your wavelength. So having honest communication, because you don't want to be around anyone that's very negative. So in a way, you might be testing people, like talking about something and seeing if they're basically on the same wavelength as you. But there's nothing wrong with dating many people. Just don't get confused. But again, a very fun time for you. Also, if you're going to be learning anything, putting pen to paper, it definitely can last for a while. So doing anything creative, whether it's poetry or whether it's doing something like blogging, I feel blogging will really be so great for you. Especially if you are working anywhere, you can get really, really inspired now, Sagittarius, to put pen to paper and put things out there. It can really travel. Okay. Try not to be very preachy or judgy as well, because the 5th house is your Leo house. But also, again, I feel some of you may, there may be a surprise. 5th house is about fertility, so there may be a surprise pregnancy could be coming up, but also something you want to create. You may be talking to someone about, I really want to do this, and you actually start doing it. Can you imagine that? So the card you have is the 4 of Wands, which is very much a creative card. It's also a card that things are definitely going to be working out. You just have to do it, Sagittarius. The 4 is actually of sustainability as well. It's like more or less like for the long haul, like you're getting down to it. So, no, it's really no time like the present. Okay, Sagittarius. And it's also saying that whatever you, again, put your mind to, it really can be a success. Just, again, choose wisely, but also make sure it's fun. Make sure it's, because anything that's fun now, Sagittarius, you're more likely to stick to, because you can get bored. So yeah, you got a lovely card which is happening for you. The 4 of Wands. It's of creativity, of energy. It's also of drive, and it's also of success. So whatever you put your mind to, it can happen. So Capricorns, you're going to be feeling this, especially if you're like 16 degrees of Capricorn. So yes, you're going to be feeling this very much. This is connected to your home, and you've got Saturn in your 2nd house. So you may be buying and selling. There could be a lot of buying and selling. You could be wanting to move home. You could be like putting like the finishing, planning touches to a home, whether it's decorating, redecorating, or fixing things. You can find that you may have to invest more in your home, like buying new furniture, chucking out old furniture. If you're a hoarder, this is a time where you're going to have to get rid of some stuff. You could also find out if there's anything that needs to be fixed. Like, if you're like, I don't know, building, you can actually see what is actually wrong as well within your home. You know, I'm picking up symmetrical. So, you know, if your home is like turning another way, you may want it obviously to be like the way that it should. So some of you could be moving closer to home, closer to your parents as well. So obviously that does include funds. So with Saturn being, you're ruled by Saturn, but with it being in your second house, some of you may find that, you know, when it comes to money, that you may not have as much as you want, or you could be hoarding it. If you are hoarding it, it's time to really splash out if you want your home to look like a certain way as well. And also this time might be very much emotional for you, because if you're letting something go and something new is going to be coming in, there may be of reluctance to do it. If you're decorating your home now, Sagittarius, make it fun. You know, think about how, you know, sort of like outside the box type of thing, but think of how you've always wanted your home to look, even if you have to go back to the past. Okay, even when I spoke about this buying and selling, you may be selling your home, you may be renting out, or you may be deciding you want to invest more into your home and also into your family. But also your career, you also may be very busy with your career. So that whole career and home aspect is happening. I feel some of you may be needing a lot of help as well. So, you know, not thinking you can do everything by yourself. Get your family involved. Get your long distance family involved as well. Because, you know, your career is shining this month too. So the card you got is the Moon. The Moon card's a very emotional card. The card is also about fears that could be coming up. So I feel that some of you may be reluctant to either move, or you may be reluctant to let go of certain objects in your home or certain feelings, because a lot of these feelings could be to do with the past. So I feel that you guys will definitely be working with it. Okay, and because you're ruled by Saturn as well, there's a side that may have to be, you know, because some of you're not cold, but you can be very reserved. So if things need to be released under this full moon, you're going to have that sort of like resolved. That's going to be happening to it as well. Also watch out, especially with the Moon card, that you know, there could be lots of conversations with your family about the past as well. And, you know, you might feel very nostalgic as well this month, Capricorns. Nostalgia is not bad. It's actually really good, because you can understand yourself more, you know. So you might be having a bit more of an understanding about why you're holding on to certain things, holding on to certain images or emotions, because I feel that this month definitely will be a time of releasing like some type of old attachment, but also old emotions that you could be holding on to, connected to your home and also connected to your career as well. Hello, Aquarius. So this is in your third house with the sextile in your first. So Capricorns, Aquarius is something you may want to say, something you may want to do, something you may want to communicate and write. This full moon is a time to be letting things out into the open. If any of you are the head or the organizer of anything connected to a group or organization, things are going to really change now. You may be implementing these changes, or you may be restructuring. There's things that you're going to be restructuring within yourself as well. Again, whatever you put your mind to, it can happen. So if you are doing anything to do with like the law or legal system, or this is the time to be doing it now. If there's something you really want to say, whether it's, even if you have to argue, or I'm not condoning argument, but I'm saying there's something that needs to be said now, because things may have been bubbling under the surface when we had the new moon in Aries. Okay, so let it out, Aquarius, really let it out. And if you find that you can't emote it in a way, write it out, blog it out. Some of you may decide you actually want to teach now, or get into change of career, whether it's a new job or a journalist or something to do within the media. This is a great time to be doing it. So a very active time, very busy time. You, Aquarius, may be needing a lot more downtime, a little bit like Aries, a lot more downtime, because your mind could be extremely active, more so than ever. And even though Saturn is going to be sextiling this, it could still make you feel very highly, not anxious, but that highly strung. So you could say the wrong thing. So having that downtime will actually help prep you, relax your mind. Use essential oils, I feel, will help. Again, working out, doing a lot of breath work can really help you with this this energy, this brand new energy. But again, you guys may be leaving. Remember, this is about releasing and leaving. So you guys may be, again, restructuring your friendships, restructuring what you're saying, and but also what you are. There could be a change, a whole change when it comes to like things that's concerning yourself now. That's one of the reasons why I think breath work will really help. Just like taking that deep breath. If you are going to be doing some public speaking, which I'm sure a lot of you may be doing, before you go out there, because you, like Virgos, this is a general, guys, but Aquarius and Virgos, they suffer from high anxiety, and most of it is definitely to do within the mind. And there may be things that come up for you, Aquarius, that may be very futuristic. So you could be seeing things within the future that you don't know how to emote now. So it's really great to just write it down, because you never know when you'll be needing these. And the card that you have is a Two of Swords. So there's things that are that you actually need to open your eyes to see, okay? Because you can very much be in two minds about things. I am picking up some friends, associates might influence you in some way. You may be thinking that they are, you know, actually beneficial to you, but it actually might be hindering you in some way. So just really open your eyes to see what is not being seen. The swords are air signs anyway. So some of you could be the Two of Swords anyway, okay? There could be some defensiveness coming up as well. There could be some, like, you know, playing your cards close to your chest, but also being very defensive. This full moon can bring up drama and arguments. So it's very important to like listen to what's being said, because you may be defending something that is of a cause. Because remember, Aquarius are loyal to a cause, more than Aquarius are loyal to a cause when it concerning like groups and organizations. So you may be loyal to a cause, but you don't really understand the ins and outs. So it's really important to like listen to what is not there, but also what is not being said, so you just get like the full picture. Okay, so very much a busy time for a lot of you this month. And yeah, let me know how it goes. And last, but by no means least, we have Pisces. This is in your second house, okay? So you have Saturn in your 12th. So I'm picking up hidden money. Yeah, I'm picking up hidden money. I'm picking up also that there may be some things, especially concerning your finances, your self-worth. You know, if you Pisces have been paying out a lot of things, you may gain some more. Like there may be things that because you're ruled by the 12th house, you know, you may be thinking, okay, this is not right, and it actually comes out that it's not right. So you could actually be gaining money, because things actually come out to the surface now, okay? And this could really help you do something with the money that you could be gaining, something creative, something that you want to like birth a new project, or some of you may decide that you want to like look different, dress different, have a bit more fun, okay? But I do feel that some of you have probably been, especially when Jupiter went into your sign, that, you know, money came and money had to go out. But also money had to be paid for something, and you may have paid too much. So it might be that situation where, you know, you're actually getting your due, you know. And this is also to do with like your work life as well. You know, this can actually be very much a psychic time. Really listen out for the synchronicities that come up, Pisces, because it's a case of what you're feeling could be actually be the truth. It could actually be coming true. But also on the whole, I do think it's going to be actually a great full moon. Obviously, you got the 8th house that's activated. So there may be a sense of, you know, getting something, but you still have to pay out something as well that you've missed, you know, because you may have been in that la daydream land. But still, you know, this is great for a lot of you to be, you know, sorting out your finances in some shape or form. Savings, stocks, bonds. I'm picking up really investing in something for the long term. Investing in something that is beneficial to your creativity, but also to your spirituality. So the card you have is the King of Swords. And, you know, you guys, this is saying that you guys are really not messing around. You guys are really not messing around. Or, yeah, pick up you guys not messing around. But also, I'm also picking up that there are some things that are going to, again, come out into the open. But it's not going to be hindering you in any way. You may be very much in your head this month, Pisces. Okay, but again, your intuition, re-listen to your intuition. Because again, it's really going to be sound. And this card is of like intelligence, also about the truth. I'm picking up this is like a Libra card anyway. So things I definitely feel are going to be going your way. This is this card is it feels to me like a bit like the judge and jury, about ethics as well. So if you need to be paid money, you know, speak up, speak out. You know, this card is of authority, so you're going to be standing in your truth, standing in your authority. But also, I feel that there's some people can be in your life now, whether it's at work or whether it's, you know, anything, but they could be like actually giving you your due because they see something within you, but also you are showing something about yourself. That's why people are going to be respecting you more, because this card is definitely of being of respect and authority. So keep your mind, you know, open your eyes a lot this month if you can, because with the Saturn sextile, it can still make you a little bit, still be working on like the things that are not seen. You know, you're still working on releasing. And also the next time we have a full moon in Aries and the new moon, it's going to be Saturn's in your sign. So there are things that are not seen that will be seen, but I feel it very much will benefit you in a way, Pisces. Definitely benefit you in a way more than you know, but also you're going to have to rest as well, because things are about to get very busy. Okay, so guys, that was the Aries full moon for all of the signs. Thank you very much for staying and listening to this messages for all the signs. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and follow me on my social media. Okay, also on my YouTube page, and also don't forget to follow me on my podcast, because I have put up a new video now, which is the Saturn in Pisces. Okay, I'll put a snippet up on my on this page, YouTube page, but it's a long video. I just talk about what we could expect. I talk about the past as well, and I'm going to be doing a video on Saturn in Pisces through the signs. Okay, so before you get that, listen to what I have to say about Saturn in Pisces. Okay, so the link is below. But again, thank you very much, guys, for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.